So howdy everyone, and welcome back to more for The Last of Us Part 2 and the Black Shadow. And before we head into the Baldwin Manor, lots to talk about from the last video. We had plenty of cutscenes back to back. We'll start off with Ellie first, I guess. Kind of amusing, obviously. Probably is telling the truth about the whole story that she burnt her own arm with chemicals to kind of hide the fact that there's a freaking, that she's bit and she's immune, and she's even tattooed over it, which must have been unpleasant. And of course, Dina's assumes it's a lie, which of course is kind of amusing, because of course no one knows that she's immune. And it's probably the first person she's ever told that to as well. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but she did. I'm sure Joel would not have approved. Speaking of... yeah... I don't need to say too much right now, because I get the feeling I'll be saying my piece before this video is out. Alright, Ellie.
Come on. Please be okay.
A lot of shit's gone down. But I could say plenty.
Joel!
But there's
Tommy!
really no need for me to do so right now. Definitely showed us on the last video that I was definitely struggling a little bit with my controls. I seem to recall this happening in the original Last of Us as well.
You're okay.
Being a little bit awkward. I don't know how reinforced I'd call all this, but in any event.
There it is. Joel? Tommy?
Oh boy.
Where's that coming from? Joel. Fuck.
Oh shit. Oof.
Pin her down! Get off me! Get her hands! Get the fuck off me!
You got her! Look, you got her! Okay?
You're gonna fucking die!
What's going on?
Let him go!
Who is that?
Let him
She
go!
snuck in.
Why aren't you posted up outside?
We didn't think anyone was gonna show up.
What the hell did you expect? We gotta get out of here before the whole town's on top of us. You're done.
You want what I want, right?
End it. Now.
Joel, get up. Joel, fucking get up. Please stop. Please don't shoot. Joel, please get up. No! No! fucking kill you. No. Fucking kill you.
A lot of dissension.
Ellie. I'm sorry.
Jesse! They're down here!
All right, then. It's time for the conversation. So, I said at the start of this series that there was one thing about this game that I did know. I didn't know the exact circumstances, I didn't know quite what caused it to happen, but I did know that Joel died. It was, even though I had done, obviously, everything to not have any idea what happened in this game, knowing that one day I would eventually do this series blind, it was simply inescapable when this came out to be even remotely involved in horror gaming and not know that Joel had died. It was everywhere. It was a spoiler which you just couldn't avoid. I was aware that it was not a dignified death. And I know that this created a fair portion of consternation amongst a lot of people. That Joel, you know, the guy that you'd played the entire first game and gone through so much with, to go out like that so early in a pool of his own blood, beaten to death. Not even getting into why it's happened, which I don't exactly know, but I've got a guess or two. I understand why people think that it was doing him an absolute massive discredit and a disservice, but my impression of the situation was that it was always the point. This is a game that's... it's not afraid to do things that you don't expect. It's not afraid to kind of act outside a lot of the norms of video gaming. I mean, think back to the freaking finale of the first game. Call that a happy ending? You know, it ended with Joel, you know, shooting up the fireflies and denying what was a very possible cause for a cure for humanity just because he didn't want Ellie to die. Which, you know, when you boil it down, it's pretty fucking selfish. But that was the choice that he made. And so I do feel that Joel dying like that, I guess at least is in that sort of spirit of the game reminding you that this is a absolutely brutal and callous world where sometimes there is no justice. even if video game norms suggest that normally that people get their grand, even if they had to die, they go out in their grand way more often than not, unless your last name is called Carmine. I'll say I think it's very effective, and I would also suggest that if people were driven to that much anger that Joel died in such a a pretty pathetic manner, maybe that was the point. Maybe that's what Ellie was feeling. To have gone through so much of him over so many years, and to not even go out like a hero, self-sacrifice, something like that, just beaten to death with a club. Pretty fucking brutal stuff. Of course, the question now is, what happens next? We don't know that Tommy's dead. He's not there, seemingly. Maybe they took him with them. Hostage, maybe? Because now they've basically... It's war. Their group and the group at Jackson, it's out-and-out war. Not even any debate in that. What a mess. That solves that question.
Hey.
Hey.
This is, of course, very reminiscent of Joel turning up at the door. Kind of.
Could I sit down, please?
Yeah.
I could be wrong there, actually. In any event, there are bigger problems right now.
Maria wants to make sure you're eating.
She can't stop us.
They have the guys that we would need to do this smart. We'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
Mm.
So they just get to get away with this?
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
What if we get hit by hunters again?
Is this you talking or is this her?
That's a valid point.
If it were you or me, Joel would be halfway to Seattle already.
No, he wouldn't.
He absolutely fucking would be.
Well, we don't even know for certain that they're from Seattle.
Washington Liberation Front. That's what you said was on those patches.
I did
What if
spot
they stole
that.
those jackets.
That's...
What if the WLF move?
What are you doing? You know what? I'm leaving tomorrow. And if you want to come with me, great.
You have no idea what you're walking into. You don't know how large that group is, how armed.
I don't care. You can't talk me out of this.
Give me a day to talk to Maria. Okay? There's got to be some folks you can spare.
And if she won't budge?
Well, I'll figure something out. One day. Please.
It's personally hard not to be a little upset by it, you know? Had some great journeys with Joel. He had his troubles. He made his mistakes. Bet he didn't deserve that.
I want to stop at his house before we leave. We just have to pick something up. Okay.
I couldn't get to the horses. Looks like Tommy took one. Now Maria's got the stables locked down.
Fucking Tommy. We'll figure something else out on the way. A car or a horse or something.
Okay.
This makes getting to Seattle a lot harder.
Then it's gonna be harder.
You can still change your mind, you know?
I know.
Just don't want you to feel like you have to.
Ellie. You go.
I go.
End of story.
You need to get your backpack.
I hid it by the east gates. I figured we'd want to slip out that way.
Jeez, look at that. Yeah.
Hey. What do you need? I can go get it.
I want to do it.
Okay.
I'm okay. Come on.
I'll hang out down here.
Thanks.
So this is going to have a very different feel to what came before. It was originally this mass exodus and, you know, journey for salvation is just a full-blooded quest for revenge now, I guess. Ugh. It's a pretty good picture, you know. I was never good at faces.
Dino-Nicus.
Cheers for that.
Day.
I was struggling there. Appreciate it. I'm sure there's absolutely tons to look at down here. An actual picture, or? Guess it was interesting, we'd know. It's pretty nice, actually. More of your handiwork. My mouth tastes like iron. Wounds break open as I, yeah. You are a soft twang of nylon. A smell of wood, oil. She wasn't writing too great. Guitar strings with iron sound brighter. They mistook your resonance and left me with rust. All I have's our last conversation, looping like a chord progression, harmonies and I could read it like textually, but yeah. Abby. Sorry, Dina. Just looking around, you know. So Dina's gonna come with us here on this frickin' journey. Jeez. Sorry. That definitely looks like Joel and Tommy, doesn't it? I think that picture down there was something. I think the thing is as well, you think about it, is that Joel was Ellie's connection to the world before as well. You know, she doesn't really know anything about the what life was like before the infection. That much was clear when you think back to the DLC of the first game and going through the shopping mall, and there's like stuff that like obviously and we take for granted. And she's like, "What the heck is that?" You know. Yeah. That was the collection. Sorry about that. All the promises at sundown. I meant them like the rest. Definitely cool to kind of see, you know, like having played the first game as well, like sort of Ellie's sort of progression in the various bits and pieces. Definitely helps with the connectivity, you know. Don't think we're going to find a whole lot in here, but you never know sometimes. The old jacket. Like, objectively, it's a great opportunity to like have you know, lots of obviously old references to the first game, and you know, you sprinkle it in there because it makes obviously total sense. Holy shit! I never thought I'd see this again. It's the old photo of him and his actual daughter. I forget the name. Man. That's kind of sad. Joe and Ellie there on the other one. I kind of appreciate the way, in a way, that, like, you can't look at all of them directly. Like, something you just gotta do yourself, you know? Little turn. Old records. Obviously, this is what we came here for. Your revolver.
Ellie, can you come down here?
Everything okay?
Yeah, just come on down.
Uh-oh.
Maria, I'm headed to Seattle. I wish I could let it go, but I can't. I have to bring these people to justice. Ellie's gonna try to come after me, but stop her. Take her guns, lock up the horses, maybe lock her up. Buy me some time so I can end this. Love you always, Tommy.
Yeah, he obviously went
He's
first.
gonna get himself killed.
He should have taken me with him. You should have given us a group to go after those fuckers.
I wish I could.
You gonna try to lock me up?
I'd prefer that you stay.
That's not gonna fucking
I'd
happen.
prefer that you stay, but I know you better. You going with her?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna sneak out of here?
Yeah.
On foot?
Yeah.
I told the stable to let you out with your horse. Grab some ammo, too.
Huh.
Thank you, Maria.
Just, do me a favor and bring my dumbass husband home in one piece, please.
Of course.
All right. Get going, you're losing light.
I mean, she knows there's no way she could stop her, so... Seattle, day 1.
This hunter was on top of him, drowning him, and
Oh,
Joel couldn't get to his gun.
I know the story.
Jeez. Were you scared?
Well, I didn't even think. I just ran in there, grabbed his gun, and shot the guy in the face.
The first
How
time.
old were you?
14. How old were you when you first killed someone?
We talking infected?
No. Fully conscious, non-fungal person.
10?
Fuck.
What happened?
Guy was coming at my mom. I stabbed him.
Shit. You got me beat.
Yeah, I'm a real badass. So how lost are we?
We're not.
Uh-huh.
Hey, have a little faith.
What about those crazy cannibals you said you and Joel ran into?
Oh.
They came after you guys once. Maybe these WLFs are connected to
Yeah, I
them.
remember that as well.
No. It didn't seem like the same group.
In a sort of weird sort of way, and this is not intentional whatsoever, my memories of the base game are... the original game, first one, are a little sporadic. And in a way, it's probably not a million miles away from what Ellie remembers of them as well. Like, she met, obviously that gets brought up, yeah, the cannibals in the town and all that carnage. Like, I remember that, but I don't remember much about it. I'm not sure she does either. Like, bits and pieces, you know. For them, it's like, it's been 4 years for her, so I'm sure a lot of shit's gone down in that time.
Maybe those black market smugglers back in Boston?
Do you not? Joel crossed a lot of people. I don't see the point in guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At least until we find out more information.
By the way, I can attest, having been there, Pacific Northwest, pretty fucking awesome. Not that I went this far into the sticks, but, you know, what you gonna do? I mean, truthfully, there are a lot of people, and it's a good point, actually, that there's quite a few people I can feel that would want Joel dead. I mean, obviously, he did screw the guys back in Boston, his smuggler bosses, obviously all the Firefly stuff, although I assume they were just basically decimated at that point. God only knows what else he's gotten into in 4 years. You know. But that's the life that he was, you know, he found himself in. He makes no bones or apologies about that. You know, he was always at the feeling of he did kind of what he had to do, you know. As ugly as some of it was. You know, he did what he had to do to survive. Game does look impressive though. Like, you can't knock that. I know this game's a few years old now, but even so, like, I mean, look at everyone. It's awesome. Anyways, I think it's probably a good spot to end the video. I know we haven't covered a lot of ground. There's been a lot of talking in this one, but we had good reason to. Next time, we begin our journey to Seattle. I'll see you then.